Hello, welcome to another edition of Sector 2815. I am Paul Cook. C3, Comics Curing Cancer, happened not too long ago, just a couple weekends ago. I managed to pick up a lot of good stuff, and I'm going to show you that right after this. So, welcome to another edition of Sector 2815. As always, I am Paul Cook. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button while you're out there, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you're alerted whenever I upload new content. As I said, C3 Comics Curing Cancer occurred just a couple weekends ago, and I managed to get a couple of good things for me, and it all went to a good cause. 100% of what we donated, what we use, what we paid for, all everything that we got goes directly towards curing cancer, right to the American Cancer Society. So it's not too late. You can go to the American Cancer Society. I will put the link for Comics Curing Cancer in the description down below. So it's not too late to donate. Although there are no prizes anymore, you can't bid on anything. You can still donate. That'll be going through at least the end of the year. And they managed to not only meet their goal, but they managed to get to their stretch goal. Their goal was to get to $10,000 because they had $8,000 last year, but their stretch goal was $20,000, including some corporate matching and things like that. They got to $23,000 this year. That is just phenomenal. I can't wait to see what happens next year. I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. But the great part about it is not only are you donating to help to try to wipe out cancer, but you get some awesome stuff at the same time. So I managed to get in on a couple different things. So I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that I got and where I got them from. And then again, hopefully you can go out and donate as well. But the first thing that I got was from John from John's Comics with Kids. He did one of his shows on Saturday morning. It was a special show, went on for a little bit longer than it normally does, and for a $25 donation, you got to be on his wheel to spin for some good stuff. And I managed to, I donated $25, and I managed to get on the spinning wheel, and so I got some great stuff for him. So this is what I got from John Comics with Kids. I got the Amazing Spider-Man: The Death of the Stacys trade paperback. I managed to get Deadly Class, Volume 1, the trade paperback. And then he also sent me the recent series Blue and Gold with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, issue 5, issue 6, issue 7, and issue 8. So I got all 8 issues there. So I really cannot thank you enough, John. I basically told him that he could pick whatever he wanted to send to me, and I'm sure that I would appreciate it and that I would enjoy it. And he just simply knocked it out of the park. The second thing that I got from DJ Links. Um, he was part of a marathon auction on the final hours of it, and I managed to get from him a couple things. These two things were from New York Comic Con. They're from the Comic Mint. They are Action Comics #1 and Detective Comics #27, the facsimile reprints, but they are the foil versions. Now, if you know me, you know I love me my foils. So I managed to get those from DJ, and I just really could not be happier. Um, Obviously these are great issues to have anyway, and they're complete. So I mean, they're printed exactly the way they were printed in 1938 and 1939, except that um, they were done with foil. But every single story from the original issues are there. The ads from the original issues are there. So it's an exact duplicate, except that it's in some nice shiny foil. And speaking of foil, I also then managed to get this from DJ at the same time. This is Star Wars Adventures #1. This is the John Jang foil exclusive that is also signed and remarked by John Jang as well. So I love John Jang. Love me some what the way that he draws things, and he drew a stormtrooper helmet on the issue as well. If you can see, the foil itself is John's depiction of Darth Vader, but then enhanced with foil, and then remarked with it and signed as well. It's like, this I just could not pass that up. Um, the next thing I got from my good friend Mark over at Legion of Comics, he was part of that marathon auction as well. I got the recent, it's the Black Adam collection of trade paperbacks just has I believe this is Boss Logic that did the cover here, but it's just a fantastic cover, and it has the trade paperback Black Adam: The Rise and Fall of an Empire. It has the Shazam, which are those backups that were done as part of Justice League that Jeff Johns and Gary Frank did, that kind of recounted the origin of Shazam. And then it also has the Black Adam JSA Black Rain, which again was Jeff Johns. It was really that was done in the JSA and Hawkman titles. It was those series of stories that really kind of were the source material for the recent Black Adam movie. So it was just great, to win this. Again, just for the cover alone, it all comes, a nice slipcover, and again, could not be happier. And then the last bit that I got was from a guy who everyone put so much effort into what they were doing. This guy was kind of the ringmaster, I guess, for lack of a better term. And he just like I said, he just knocked it out of the park, and they not only made but exceeded their goals. These all came from Rob Morse, or Rob's Fat Stacks of comics on YouTube and Instagram and wherever else. And so I got a couple things from him. The first thing I got from him is some original art from Mirror number 4, page 11. This is page 11 from Mirror number 4. It is, I believe, Lan Medina, I believe, is the artist. Yeah, Lan Medina and Norm Rapmond did this. I have a couple of original art pieces. This is actually sealed by PGX as well. And so I just, whenever I can get some original art, it can be kind of pricey sometimes, but sometimes it's really worth it. The art here from Mirror number 4 is just what Lan Medina did was just phenomenal. And then I got some comics from him as well. So the first thing that I got from him was I got the 4-issue Batman Year number 3. So this is Batman 436 to 439. Um, and so it's part 1, part 2, incredible cover there. Part 3, and part 4 as well. Um, and if you just look at this one cover here, you can really tell that it's the detail in it, and it's because it's by George Perez, who happens to be my favorite artist. And he didn't do the interiors on this, but he did do the covers for all 4 of these. And it's just a great retelling. This also is the first appearance of Tim Drake. So this one, the first issue, has the first appearance of Tim Drake as well. Next, I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 80. This was a Kevin Eastman Studios exclusive. It is actually signed by Kevin Eastman. Up here, you can see it. Signed by Kevin Eastman as well. Not remarked, but signed. So definitely something that definitely will be keeping in my PC. We have Death Metal: Legends of the Dark Knights. This had the first appearance of the Robin King and the full appearance of the Darkest Night. This one got really hot for a while. It's kind of cooled down, but still the first appearance of Robin King. Still waiting for someone to pick up on Robin King and really kind of give him the prominence that I think he could probably have. So um, I got that as well. I got Star Slayer. Star Slayer number 2. This has the first appearance of the Rocketeer in it. So if you know the Rocketeer, it was probably it was Billy Campbell, most famously as a Disney movie is probably where people know him from. But Dave Stevens, I believe, was the guy who created the Rocketeer, and this has the first Rocketeer in it. We have the first appearance of Booster Gold, of Skeets, of Blackguard, of Time Collins. This is Booster Gold #1, the original one, by Dan Jurgens, who created the character. This is the very first appearance of Booster Gold. We have Green Lantern #48. If you know me, Sector 2814. Sorry, 2815. Oh my gosh. Um, the first appearance of Kyle Rayner, not in costume, but this is the first appearance of Kyle Rayner, um, and Alexandra DeWitt, who is his girlfriend, who unfortunately ends up in a refrigerator somewhere, much to Gail Simone's um, displeasure, rightfully so. And then we have Spawn 300. This is the first cameo appearance of She Spawn. It is signed by Greg Capullo, who is the artist on it as well. So that is Spawn number 300, the first cameo appearance of She Spawn. And then lastly, I got this as well. I saw this. It's kind of spoke to me. It has two of my favorite um, franchises in the world. It has Star Trek and Green Lantern. This is Star Trek Green Lantern #1. Um, the blank cover that was then remarked by Alexander Height, I believe, the Anthony Height. Sorry, Anthony Height, with a Sinestro on here. Um, Again, I, I I marvel at the people that can do this because I can't. And so whenever I get a chance to pick up something that really kind of catches my eye, I try to take every opportunity to do that. And again, although that was the last thing that I got from the C3 weekend, um, the fact that I got all of this great stuff and all of my money that I put in to purchase all of it is going directly to try to cure cancer, just speaks to the community I think that we have. Many people donated many hours, donated many things to auction off or to raffle off or to whatever it happens to be. People gave up, countless hours not only to plan because this doesn't happen out on its own. It takes a lot of planning to make sure that we have people that can cover different time zones, that can cover different parts of the day, so that there's something that can continually go on for the entire weekend. And it really did, and so it really kind of became a whole kind of like a just a big get together of the comic community. Um, we sat around, we chatted, we talked, we purchased some things from other people. We donated towards cancer. We had a great time while we were doing it. But really, again, it really kind of shows how the whole community came together. And so I could not be happier with what I managed to get on that particular weekend. But that's going to do it. That was all that I managed to get. And that was a lot. And I'm was so happy when all the stuff started to arrive. It's like Christmas in October. Um, but again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification button so that you're alerted whenever I upload new content. And as of right now, you are leaving Sector 2815.